How you guys doing today? My name is Tyren Barnes, and I'm here with my friend Luke Spooner, and he's going to tell you guys about where he's from and how his culture is in Europe.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Luke. So I'm from Greenwich, which is in a little area in London. A few stereotypes about my culture are a lot of people believe that we have really bad teeth, which isn't true. Which a lot of people tell me I can't be English because my teeth are really nice, so that kind of confuses me. Another one is that we all drink tea, but my mum and my dad don't drink tea. So that is not true. I drink tea occasionally, but people say that that's the only drink that we seem to drink. What I have observed is different about American culture from British culture is lots of words that you guys use are way different to us, and the first time I heard them kind of took me back a little bit and was a little bit confused, like period. That really confused me. That was a strange one for me because I've never heard that. We call them a full stop. Another thing that I've realised is like the schooling system is way different here. Like at home, I could have left school and gone. I could leave school at 16 and get a job and have full qualifications out of high school. Whereas here, you can't leave till you're 18.
Yeah.
The main way that I've adapted coming here to the States is I realise I speak a lot slower because otherwise people can't understand me. I remember the first couple of weeks I was here, my roommate, I met him and he couldn't speak to me for the first 2 weeks, and later I got really good friends with him and he told me it's because he couldn't understand what I was saying. So he was just sitting there on the couch just nodding to me like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, and he didn't respond, and I thought that's kind of weird. And I was just, ever since then I've just realised I have to speak a little slower. A main holiday that we have at home is Easter. The schools at home, we have Thursday through to the Monday off school, and all the shops close down for that time as well. So that doesn't happen here. Another thing, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So the first year I was here, I didn't really understand what it was all about, and I don't really like turkey neither. So that wasn't really a great experience. And then cuisine, we have this thing called pie, mash and liquor. It's the nicest thing. It's like meat pie, mashed potato and liquor, which is like it's a green sauce on top. It's so good. The main thing that I really wish people understood about London mainly is how big it actually is. There's so many people that live there, and like when I'm out, like in Bucket or whatever, people come up to me and they're like, "Oh my God, I have a friend that lives in London," and then they tell me their name and they're like, "Do you know them?" And I'm like, wow, like there's so many millions, maybe even, I don't even think billions, but millions of people living in London. What are the odds that I'm going to know that person? It just cracks me up every time. The biggest social issue in England or Britain at the minute is probably we're going through the leaving the EU. So that's kind of, we're not sure what's going to happen, where like how businesses are going to go from there. So it's kind of unsure at the minute what's going to happen. But apparently we're meant to be leaving maybe within the next 6 months. So yeah, that's probably the biggest one we face. No, I don't really identify myself with any specific group really. Obviously, I'm English, but people tell me that I'm British, which is kind of annoying because Britain is England, Ireland, Scotland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, which is, there are some very different ways of like speaking in those different countries, and some of them I really don't like and can't really understand. So I don't really like associating myself with those.
The thing I learned about your culture is that you guys don't use guns, and like in America, we use guns to protect ourselves. So how do you feel about your culture not embracing guns, just like kind of like we did?
I think it's actually pretty good that none of us really have guns, because the amount of problems that the cops have with guns and stuff like that, we don't have no problems like that. The cops at home don't even carry a taser. let alone a gun. So that's that's one main thing that I think is way better. Like when I see a cop at home, I'm nowhere near as worried about when I see a cop here. Like they just trip me out. Like, I just don't like it. Like even just seeing a gun on someone's like hip is kind of weird for me to see. Because like, I mean, my uncle had a gun, but yeah, I've only ever seen it once. Like it's so rare to find people to even own a gun. Like it's crazy.